welcome to this week's Mortgage Minute with Mitch. So, fortunately, our Indians/Guardians season came to an end early, lost in Game 5 in the divisional series, but we've got a great core, and as the saying goes in Cleveland, there's always next year. Cavaliers got started off on Wednesday, lost to the Raptors. They played again Saturday and actually have their home opener this Sunday. The Browns, I'm still hanging on to hope here. We got to win this weekend up in Baltimore if we want to salvage our season. Simply put. So on to mortgage news, and I want to cover some statistics with you, try to dive into some numbers to help give you some perspective. Yes, interest rates continue to go up. They went up some more this week, and that just doesn't seem to be stopping, at least in the near future. Now, a couple things I want to share with you, starting with what's called the MOVE Index, kind of like a measure of how volatile it is. Now, compared to Bitcoin, which is basically a brand new asset, relatively speaking, very misunderstood, if it understood at all, by consumers, and it's actually not regulated. The bond market's 7 times more volatile than Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin literally checks all the boxes for a volatile asset, and here we are, the bond market, one of the most scrutinized markets in the world, is 7 times more volatile thanks to the Fed. So, is that a good thing? I don't know, but let's dive into a couple more things. Home prices. So in September, they were up 0.2% year over year, which brings it to 13.2% total year over year compared to 2021. Now, might seem scary that home prices have gone up that much, but rent is actually coming off 9 consecutive months of increases, 11% year over year, almost keeping pace with housing. And it's the highest it's ever been. Rent is almost out of control right now. So is it a better alternative to buying? I don't think so. You might be surprised what you can afford buying as opposed to renting, especially if this trend continues. So happy to have that conversation with you if you ever want to take a look at your options. Next is the Housing Market Index. And this is something that measures kind of the health of new construction. And if it's over 50%, then that means we're expanding. More new homes are being built. If it's under, that means we're kind of contracting and builders are scaling back. So in May, we were at 69%, things were booming. This month we're at 38%. So we're definitely seeing some contraction, and that's a pretty steep decline if you look at the chart. So not a good sign for new home builds, and that just speaks to how much rates have gone up and really put a crunch on people's affordability. Now, the last thing is inventory levels, and this is a huge thing, and especially when you look back at like 2008 to 2010 when we had the crash. Everybody kind of has in the back of their mind that this is another bubble, that home values are going up too quickly, and we're going to see things crash, but this really speaks to a different outcome, and I want to share that with you. So a healthy inventory level is 6 months, and what that means is you take every home on the market and sell them without adding anything new. It'll take about 6 months for a healthy supply to be bought up. Now, right now, we're at 3.2 months. So that means no new homes hit the market, just over 3 months, everything will have sold. Now, looking a little deeper, about 41% of those homes are currently under contract. So if all those go, we're only at about a 1.9 month inventory level. Not that many homes on the market for a balanced or healthy market. So compared to 2008, inventory level was 4 times what it is right now. So it was a buyer's market back then. It's still a seller's market right now. So what I mean by that is, this inventory is still low. The demand, although it's scaling back because of the rise in interest rates, demand is still pretty strong. So we have a quarter of the inventory we had back in 2008, which is going to continue driving prices up. Now, hopefully at a slower level than it's been, but we are still seeing the demand up. So that's a huge difference, and because of that fact alone, I don't think we're going to see that bubble that we saw back in 2008. It's not going to come back, in my opinion. So if you have questions though and want to know if it's a good time to list, if it's a good time to buy, whether you're better off renting, would love to sit down and have that conversation with you. So the last thing I want to share with you is a designation that I recently achieved, and what it is I'm now considered a military veterans lending professional. Now that's a designation we have as a military-friendly company, and it just means that I've kind of gone through some extra training. I don't just offer VA loans, I really understand the ins and outs. I can definitely identify when it makes sense and what the benefits are for the veteran community. So can really provide that white glove service for you, and it would be an honor for me to help you buy your next home. So if you have any questions, anything at all, let me know. I'd love to help you out. Thank you for watching. And if you can, please take a moment to like, comment, even share this video if you can. So really appreciate it. We'll see you next week.